folks. This is Clarence Mason, and today I want to talk about a couple of things. This is the weekend before Memorial Day. This is May 22nd, 2020, and we're going through a lot of chaos and worry and anxiety artificially put on us as a nation. And I want to first invite you to join me in my effort to create some thought. Join me on my website, leavetheplantation.org. Sign up and join. If you're on YouTube, like the button so you can hear my updates. If you're on Facebook, share, do your thing. Join up so we can start teaching you about what's going on in our country and history. Today, I want to reflect on something. It's really interesting. A few days ago, I was in the grocery store shopping, and I met this young lady, very nice. I knew her family when I lived here years ago, and we started talking about everything, politics, so forth. And I made some comments to her about being a black person in America, and she was shocked. She had never heard these things before. And she said to me, "You're making me think." And I'm saying, why haven't we been talking about this? Because we have been polarized. We can't talk to each other. Wrong kind of hat on, wrong kind of color dress on. That's what we've been doing. So I want to talk today about how can any black person be a Democrat? How is that possible for any black person with the history in our country, the history of slavery, the history of oppression, the history of violence against black people so ingrained? I don't know how that can happen. So I want to talk today. First, I'm going to give you my opinion today. I'm an adult, you're an adult. And that's any adult. I have an opinion on everything, and you have an opinion on everything. I'm going to give you my strong reasons why I do not understand why any black person can be a Democrat. Then I'm going to let you contact me and tell me where I'm wrong. Because I've been wrong before. I may be wrong right now. I may be totally out of line. I was a strong Democrat as a grown person, as an adult. And so I changed because I realized I was wrong. Maybe I'm wrong again. Maybe I'm still wrong. Maybe I never should have changed. But you're going to get a chance to contact me at mason at leavetheplantation.org and tell me, and we can start a conversation. We can start a private conversation or we can start a public conversation. And I don't care if you call me names. That's childish. You can be a child. You can call me what you want to call me. But I don't think you're going to call me a liar. My goodness, the Democratic Party. My goodness, where did we start? It was the party of slavery. It was the party of the Fugitive Slave Act that went up north and got black folks and brought them back to slavery. It was the party of lynching. It was the party of raping black women and selling them as slaves and raising their kids themselves. It was the party that organized this compromise. They've always been a party of compromising. Compromise to them means you give them a little bit of what they want until they can get more of what they want. And in the 1800s, they were the party that wanted to have slave states only, no free states. They compromised, but it was the party of slavery. And I know, okay, Mason, that was back then, that was the past, but man, what a past. Maybe they've changed, and maybe they have not changed, but you need to understand the difference. You get to recognize the difference. You got to lift your head up and look for the difference. Have they changed? Have they apologized for slavery? Have they apologized for the cruelty and the lynching and the beating and the rape? Have they apologized for the murder? Have they apologized? And maybe they've changed. But even if they have not changed, maybe they're still, maybe we can still work with them. I don't know how you can do that. The party, when the Republican Party was founded, it was founded for the express purpose of ending slavery. Why else would they start? They had 9 planks in their platform, the first platform, and they had 6 of them talking about slavery. So when the nation finally had a choice, when the nation finally saw somebody bold, they chose to support the party that said, we're going to end this. We're no longer going to compromise. We're no longer going to try to find common ground. We're no longer going to be tolerant. We're going to end slavery. They said it loudly, folks. They said it loudly. Black people, white America said it loudly. We're going to end slavery. White America stood up and said, this is enough. And the Republican Party won that election overwhelmingly because the people knew they were bold. Donald Trump It's bold. That's why Democrats don't like him. That's why you're hearing so much about him, because they don't like his boldness. We're back again. And once again, the party of the nation stood up and said, we want a bold action. And they gave him power. And now he's freeing us again. And you're still fighting against your freedom. After the 1861 election, Republicans control the House, the Senate, the presidency. They control the majority of governorship. They control the majority of state houses. In one election, this new party took over America. And the slave states knew, once you inaugurate this President Lincoln, once you sit this Republican Congress, they will no longer be listening to the cause of compromising. And just like when Donald Trump got elected, they start calling him names, because all they can do, folks, is call them names because they know you're going to believe whatever Master says. So the Democrats, decided they had to succeed, to keep their slaves, to keep your ancestors in captivity. They had to succeed for the nation. And 600,000 white Republicans went south to die, fighting their brothers to free strangers, your ancestors. So you tell me why. Why would you support the party that fought their brothers to keep slaves active? Why would you support? I know they changed, yeah, but let's first understand the foundation they're standing on. It was the party that voted overwhelmingly to keep slaves. It was the party that gave us the Jim Crow laws. It was the party that gave us separate but equal in the South. It was the party that gave us the poll tax, the literacy law for taxes. It's the party that did everything they can do to control your vote and your life. That's the party. And when the civil rights movement began, in the 60s, it was the Democrats they protested against. It was the Democrats they organized against. The Democrats were so ingrained on putting their foot on our necks, black people, that they went to war against us again. And it was Republicans that marched and demonstrated alongside of us. Every boycott or demonstration of the civil rights era was against Democrats. In every city, every boycott, every demonstration, every march, every action of the civil rights movement was against Democrats, because they were our enemy in the 60s. And they're still our enemies today. So black folks, what is going on? Why? Why on earth are you still supporting the abuser? It's like a prostitute supporting the pimp. It's like an abusive woman supporting her abusive husband. Why are we continuing to vote for people that continue to put us down and take advantage of us? Because we believe in leadership. We believe we have to have leaders. We believe we're told that. The black leader. Have you ever seen a white leader? Where's the white leaders? Why do black people think that every problem we have requires a government solution? Well, we need more money. We need a government minimum wage increase, not a maximum wage increase. Well, when our houses become too small, we want a minimum wage, a low income housing. We're trained to go to master for every problem. So black people believe they're inferior. Black people act like they're inferior. And when we need a problem, we go and beg master for a solution. That's slavery. And that's why we're supporting our master. That's why we burn down our cities and riots. You burn down the slave quarters. You don't think it's yours. You don't consider it your house. You don't consider it your neighborhood. You don't consider it your culture. You react. Your reaction. Black folks, wake the heck up. Stop supporting people that hate your community. That's self-hatred. To vote Democrat is self-hatred. No advertising. I wrote a book. I have 9 books out. This is the latest. The Democratic Party hates America, folks. They hate you. They hate everything about you. Get this book on my website, leadtheplantation.org. Leadtheplantation.org. The Democratic Party hates America, and they always have, and they always will. I'm tired. Call me. Email me, mason@leadtheplantation.org. Tell me where I'm wrong. And don't tell me these clouds have changed. Don't tell me they've changed. They own every ghetto in America today, 2020. They own. You cannot go to any city in America and go to the hood, and they're in charge of your life with their hands strangling you around your throat. They control every ghetto. So, freedom is a journey. Freedom is not an idea. it will not defend you. You have to defend it. So let's take a deep breath, folks. Black folks, let's take a deep breath. It's time to throw off master's chains. It's time to throw off the oppression. It's time. It's time. It's time. Doggone, it's past time. Let's stop this crap. Let's stop this mess. Hate me if you want to, but think about what I said. You cannot be a slave and think. You cannot be a slave without thought. You got to be emotional. You got to be childlike. So, I may be wrong. Mason at leavetheplantation.org. When you go there, sign up and find out where else I'm wrong. This is Mason, folks. You stay right or be left. We're going to freedom. God bless you.